Open your lesson, Unions and Labor. Our goal for this lesson is to identify the positive and negative influences of unions. Look at your vocabulary words. I'm going to read a definition and then say the word. I want you to repeat the word after me. Laws which regulate or curtail business monopolies or dominate financial organizations are antitrust laws. Townspeople of the Middle Ages are burgher. A workplace where only union members may be hired is a closed shop. Medieval lands owned by a nobleman or lord for whom the serfs labored and to whom they owed allegiance is a manorial estate. Regional collection of markets and tradesmen who gathered for the purpose of purchasing goods and services is a medieval fair. The financial standing which finds a person in the median income range, not poor and not rich, is the middle class. To encircle a plant or block a plant entrance by unionists carrying signs or placards expressing their concerns is a picket. A member of a feudal class in Europe, which was owned by the heads of the estates where they worked, is a serf. An organized work stoppage and walkout is a strike. Cities such as Venice and Genoa that became hubs of economic activity in Europe is a trading center. Organized fellowships of workers with similar work experience or talents are unions. In December of 1997, the radio news anchorman announced, union officials reported that Federal Express and FedEx Pilots Association reached a tentative agreement on the pilots' contract. The union's board of directors unanimously approved the pact and will review it before sending it to pilots for a vote of approval. Details of the agreement were expected to be discussed by both sides at a news conference Thursday morning. FedEx, one of the world's largest cargo airlines, and the FPA, an independent union, have been at the bargaining table since July. The news bulletin is a reminder that in the business world, there are constant negotiations between owners and union members. In fact, negotiating between the two parties has been continuing and in the working world for many centuries. Medieval society offered little protection for the common worker. The Western countries were largely composed of manorial estates. Okay, let's talk about the medieval society. The Western countries were largely composed of manorial estates. And remember, that's medieval lands owned by a nobleman or lord for whom the serfs labored and to whom they owed allegiance. So the serfs would work for the nobleman. Okay, so manorial estates. Most people were serfs who did the farm work. Each manor was owned by the nobleman or lord to whom the serfs owed allegiance. Cities such as Venice and Genoa became trading centers and grew because of their locations on the Mediterranean Sea. But there was little benefit for the common laborer. It was estimated that at least 1,000 new towns were created during the Middle Ages. The origin of many European markets was probably a medieval fair. The increase in the number of towns was in part a result of trade, but at the same time, increase in the number of towns was also a factor in the increase of trade. With more trade came harsher working conditions. History records pages and pages of abuse to workers. So there was harsh working conditions. Okay, there was abuse. There's abuse to workers, low pay, dangerous conditions, and no job security.